Hey and welcome to Neverwinter with Aragon. So today is update day, surprisingly. The servers will be down for these times, at least on PC, and with it comes a huge patch. No, I'm kidding, it's absolutely tiny. In this video, we'll not just cover what's actually being changed, as there's only two things, but also go on to give some news from the developers, particularly Brett Norton, with regards to the Jade Dragonnel, Mirage weapons being nerfed, Bard buffs pretty much done, and moving on to Warden. So let's jump to the patch notes. It's got two changes with it. One to the Astral Lockbox, so it will actually properly drop the Pink Sylph Wings. I went and tested this by opening 10,000 of these Astral Lockboxes and never got a single one of these mounts. And I then noticed it was dropping the golden dragon wings rather than the pink sylph wings, even though it says it should not drop those. You can check the tooltip. There's no mention of the gold dragon wings whatsoever. That is a previous version of the lockbox. They messed something up. But this update should correct that. But that doesn't mean they shouldn't do something about the people who were not getting the Pink Sylph Wings and who were getting these Gold Dragon Wings instead, because they should technically have got the Pink Sylph Wings, which is at least 10 times the value of the Gold Dragon Wings, because it is a 4-stop mount. And well, they did go and say, at least on Discord, that they were going to come out with an official response. A formal reaction, says Brett Norton, the executive producer. So I guess we can look forward to that and potentially some compensation for those people who were at least dropping the gold dragon wings instead of the pink sylph wings when, let's say, they wanted those pink sylph wings. All of you out there who are like whining that you opened the lockbox and didn't get the pink sylph wings and also didn't drop these gold dragon wings, you don't really have a lot of case to whine about and complain. If you didn't get the gold dragon wings, you wouldn't have got the pink sylph wings. It's as simple as that. Yes, it would affect the market. The pink sylph wings would drop in price because everybody should have been dropping them instead, and so everybody else should have had a more accessible experience where you should be able to obtain that from other players, at least at a cheaper rate. But nonetheless, if you didn't drop that gold dragon wings, then you wouldn't have dropped the pink sylph wings. It was literally a switch. Again, I opened 10,000 of these in this particular video and discovered that, and yeah, it just felt a bit like a scam, but it was not intentional. The devs accidentally screwed something up. However, the second change is the fix to the battle pass, so now you should properly be able to gain progress on all milestones. Something broke, and those of you who have the premium pass were not able to make any more progress on the battle pass when you should, up until April the 23rd, as that is the last chance period. You still have a whopping 2 months to complete it. Again, this can all be completed in 13 days, as long as it actually works, which this should go and fix. They did, however, say that they would give compensation for that being broken for the past week. So potentially keep an eye out on your claims valuable tab here, and maybe you might have some free progress for the battle pass. Again, only if you're a premium pass holder and can actually properly make progress there where you should be able. If you don't have the premium pass, well, the battle pass is over and done, and you're not able to get any more XP for it. But you, again, do have 2 months to make the decision to get it or not. Personally, I wouldn't. It's got nothing new in it, except the artifact, which is not very useful. Now, you may also have seen my augment video here with the Juvenile Jade Dragonnel not working properly. And that has been confirmed, and they say they have fixed it and will deploy it in a future patch. But unfortunately, I guess not with this one. Now, in terms of the Bard damage dealer and the changes they made to that, they seem to be pretty happy with it, and that has been proven by logs. It performs very well, at least in single target damage. They will be just coming out with a few quality of life improvements, and that will be about it, other than moving on to fix Mirage weapons. And that, they say, will be in the near future. I'm going to assume probably with module 28. So you might have a few weeks to a month left, but for now they are still very much best in slot in those top 3 master contents from Temple of the Spider, Gemini's Reliquary, and demon weapons. In terms of what quality of life improvements, well, potentially making ballads be able to be cast out of combat. They said they'd look at it. Now, they are happy to see the return of logs and representation of the data of how well Bard's performing, and yes, it's doing very well. However, Mirage will be next on the adjustments and bringing it down to about half the amount that it is right now, which is about 15 to 20%. They hope that the changes they have made will compensate for that change, but Mirage weapons should be getting balanced to a baseline that is the same for all classes. Again, that'll all be happening in the near future. So as for an update on the Warden, when are those changes coming? Well, they say here that they've pretty much wrapped up with Bard. They'll be reviewing the discussions in the Warden thread and creating a prep list to see what can be done. They will somewhat follow what they did with Whisper Knife, and they hope they don't have to rework a ton of powers. But their goal is to make Warden to be a reasonably competitive damage dealer with Hunter. There may be a few changes that will affect both power guns, but their focus will mostly be on Warden. They do want to make it viable power gun in all content, meaning there will be viable single target and multi-target powers and builds. They aren't just going to buff the class, they're going to make it work properly like the Songblade and have it so that it has a strong functionality to it as a DPS class on its own. And that is everything of today's update, which is just very small, and some future changes that we can hope to see. And again, that warning, Mirage weapons will be getting nerfed in the near future. With that said, a special thank you to all of these channel members, and we'll see you guys around. Goodbye for now.